All right, boys and girls, welcome to Going Guitar. I'm having fun with a song from Anis, and he's been with us before on Going Guitar a couple times with songs like So Long, Sunny Day, I believe was one title of one song. Yeah, can't remember the other ones. Anyway, this one is called Alone. A great song, uplifting still. The title alone, not that uplifting, but the song by itself when it comes to playing is. So yeah, let's go into this song here. And we're going to do that without any capo, all right? So you're clean on the fretboard. And we have a couple of chords to go over. So let's start with this bar chord, B minor. You place the index finger on the second fret and you push down 5 strings if you count from bottom up like this. Then you need to add 4th on D, 4th on G, and 3rd on B. Next chord will be the A, and that goes open A, second D, second G, second B, and open E. Then we have a chord that's called E7 sus2. So you play a short little bar on the second fret and push down 4 strings if you count from bottom and up like this. And then you need to add 4th on G string and 3rd on B. That's the E7 sus2 chord. Then we have the D major 7. Again, short little bar on the second fret. This time only 3 strings if you count from bottom up, the E, B, and G. And then you also incorporate the open D string. And the final chord will be the F sharp chord. So another bar chord, again on the second fret. You push down all strings now. And then you need to add 4th on A, 4th on D, and 3rd on G. All right, so there you have all the chords. Now we go into the melody part here to pick the song. And we're going to start from the beginning, from the B minor. Again, I just mentioned, this song goes almost in the same way through the entire song. We have different endings. That's the only difference there. Otherwise, very easy. So B minor first, you're going to play. So you start with bass note and you answer with the top notes. That's the style of the song. So second fret A, and then you pick the 3rd B together with 2nd E. If you want to incorporate the G string from the actual chord, it's okay, but these are the 2 important strings. So you're gonna play bass, top, bass, top. That's the rhythm, okay? So. So the first, you pick the first bass note. It's a short little pause there. Then comes the bass top. Almost no pause there. It just comes right after. So the pause is between the first bass notes and the answering notes, and that's how you get this certain rhythm. Okay, so you do that once. So. Then you go to the next chord, the A, and for just the melody part, it's enough to actually hold just the 2nd fret B string if you want to. I hold sometimes the full chord to be able to also incorporate the G string from the actual chord into this melody. But what you need is open A, and then you pick the 2nd B together with open high E. Same pattern as B minor. Then comes the E7 chord. You're gonna go again. And now you play the 2nd fret D string. And here I actually pick all 3 strings, the G, B, and E. If you want, you can just pick the B and E. That's the important strings. So here I'm holding the full chord. And the same goes with the D major 7. You play the open D string, and then you answer with the G, B, and E string. If you don't want to, you can just go with the B and high E. Okay, so that is one round. And sometimes you also play, instead of the D major, you go to the F sharp chord. In that case, you play the 2nd fret E string in the bass. And you answer with the same strings down there. If you want, you can also incorporate the G string, but you hold the full chord as it is and play the B and E at least. Okay, and sometimes you also have this this little melody going on there. I can just mention so far the D major comes more often than the F sharp chord. So sometimes it switches up and replaces the D major, this F sharp. Otherwise, the main part here, it goes with the D major 7 in the end. So that's the chords. Now I mentioned this little bridge melody going on. So if you choose to go that route, then you just play the first half of this D major or the F sharp chord, whichever you're gonna play. So you play one full round is like this. The last bass top, you're gonna skip that. So you just play, and then you add these extra notes instead. So you pick the second E, third E, back to second E, open E, third B, and second B. So what I do here, I use the hammer on and pull off technique. So I pick the first, second E, then I hammer on, and then I pull off, and then I pull off again. So everything there is one motion. I pick just the first note, and all the 3 notes that comes afterwards, I let my fretboard hand deal with that. So and then of course I have to pick this third B, and then you can use the same technique there to pull off to get the second B. So and then you continue in the same way. So that's the picking part. And if you choose to go with just strumming, then of course you just make downstrokes for all of these bass top. But then you have to hold the full chords as they are for all of these chords. So B minor, and then A, and then E7, D major, again. And so on. All right, guys. So there you have it. Anis alone. All right. So I'm sitting here alone, try to educate you guys. Hope to get something back from you. A comment, a like on this tutorial. Maybe if you want to subscribe if you haven't yet, just click and help me out here. Thank you so much. And until next time, you know what? Play tuned.